Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the DFS experience for Thursday, June 2nd. We have a 6-game slate. It looks like, 6-game main slate. We're going to start with Draftkings. We're going to start with pitcher as always. I am going to be plugging in my first pitcher, and it's going to be Mr. Liberatore. I'm paying down for pitcher. For one of my pitchers I'm paying down, so I'm going to pay down for Matthew. We're going to pick up at catcher, we're going to pick up William Contreras, so the one from Atlanta, so you don't get confused with Wilson. So we got William Contreras. We're going to go to second base, pick up Ozzie Albies. And this is going to be my non-stat, if I didn't mention that. So this is our non-stat. So we got Liberatore, Contreras, William, Ozzie Albies. We're going to pick up Brendan Donovan in the outfield from St. Louis, 3,400, and 34. And for another 3,400, we're going to pick up Tyrone Taylor. So you got Liberatore, William Contreras, Albies, Donovan, and Taylor. So non-stat, you can plug in the pieces however you see fit. We're going to clear this out and put in our team stat. We're going to plug in Liberatore again. Liberatore, 7,300. We're going back to William Contreras. It's a 6-game slate, so player pool is going to be limited. So we're going back to William Contreras. We're going to first base. We're picking up Ryan Mountcastle. He's going to be 2.8K. We're gonna go to third base, pick up Austin Riley, 4,700. And let's get one more Baltimore Oriole to complete our stat. And we're gonna pick up Austin Hayes at 3.7K. So we're gonna run a Orioles and a Brave stat with Matthew Liberatore. And I'm paying down that catcher. I'm paying down that pitcher so I can get all the bats in that I want to get in. If you're new here, welcome. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, thumbs up, because that shows me you want me to keep making these videos. We have early slates tomorrow. During the baseball season, you get, depending on what side it is, you get very early slates on FANDUEL, along with main slates. On Draftkings, you get early slates and afternoon slates, and I know a lot of people don't play them. Now, I play them most of the time, and the reason I play them is because there's a gigantic edge playing early slates, because a lot of people make their lineup early in the morning, and they either don't wake up in time to swap players that are not starting, or they're so busy at work that they don't realize, and they don't get a chance to swap out players that are not starting. I played in a contest 2 days ago, the last early slate. I played in a contest, and there were some players that had more than 2 people with dead players because they didn't start. Now, your lineup is not completely dead if you have baseball players that don't start, because they can, if they're not starting, they could come off the bench and pinch hit, and score some runs. That digs you out of that. But chances are, that's not going to happen. So that brings me to this point. So in my Patreon, all my tiers have, the rest of NBA, MLB main, and then it has PGA, MMA, NASCAR, all that good stuff. That's my base. That's all my tiers. My silver tier and my gold tier. The silver tier and the gold tier includes MLB early, and the reason that that's in a different tier is because obviously it's a different player pool, it's a different time, it's a different time zone. The different things you have to do. If you play the early slate, 6 or 7 times out of 10, you're gonna, depending on your contest size, you're gonna hit, just for the fact that people aren't able to swap out players. And people that have been playing MLB early, they know that. So for those of you that are newer to baseball and just playing baseball when there's no basketball, look into the early slates. Get a feel for it. And if it's something that, if you're to the point where you want to play MLB but you don't know how, and the videos aren't helping you get wins or cash, then take a look at the Patreon and see if it's worth it for you. I think that's about it, because I know I kind of stumbled onto the FANDUEL, not the FANDUEL, I stumbled onto the early slates on my own, and after playing it for a few days, I realized that there was an edge in getting up early and playing them. So I just wanted you guys to know that. We're gonna continue with FANDUEL, and we're gonna start with our non-stat. And our non-stat, our pitcher is going to be Mr. Alcantara. So I'm paying up for Alcantara because I trust him not to, kill my lineup. At catcher, first base, I'm going back to William. 3,800, William Contreras. I'm going to go to shortstop and pick up Mr. Swanson. So I'm sure by now you could tell that the Braves are highly optimal on this slate, so you're going to keep seeing them come up. I'm going Sterling Marte for my next outfielder, 3,900. And for some value, we're gonna go back to outfield, and we're gonna pick up Mr. Trammell from Seattle. He's bare minimum, and he's been putting up numbers every single game. So we're picking up Taylor Trammell for the Seattle. I'm sorry. So we're going Alcantara, William Contreras, Dansby Swanson, Sterling Marte, Taylor Trammell. One more thing too that I forgot to mention. For the newer people in the Patreon that are getting the FanDuel early lineups, all you have to do is just put a dummy lineup in, and 15 minutes before lock, once everything we know who's starting, we know who's sitting, I'll send you the updated optimal lineups. And that's just for the people that don't know, or the newer people that just joined. So put in dummy lineups. You can put in dummy lineups for NBA also for the contest that you want to play in. And always remember, for any sport, the best contests fill up the quickest. So if you're a Patreon, put in dummy lineups and just wait for me to send you the finalized lineups. That way you don't lose your spot and you don't lose out the contest that you want to play. I think that's about it. So let's clear this out and let's get in our team stat, and then we should be done. Okay, we're absolutely going back to Sandy Alcantara. So we're going Alcantara. Like I said, I'm paying up 11K. My first baseman, I'm picking up Ty France. At third base, I'm gonna put my value here at Ramon Urias. $2,200, so that's my value. I'm gonna go to outfield. I'm gonna pick up Jesse Winker. And my last outfield spot, if you watched my video yesterday, I think you know where I'm going with my last outfield spot. Going to J-Rod. So Julio Rodriguez, 3,600, and this is going to be my my FanDuel stack. So I'm running Sandy Alcantara with a Baltimore and a Seattle with a my brain is dying with a stack. So France, Winker, Rodriguez on Seattle, Ramon Urias from Baltimore. Now, yes, this is my stack. However, you don't always have to complete the stack. That's what I try to tell people that really don't know. Just because it's a stack don't mean you have to make it completely Seattle and Baltimore. You could put in two other teams. You can put in another team. You can take somebody out. Whatever seems fit. Whatever, however you want to play it. That's the beauty of these baseball slates. Just make sure that your player is optimal. Make sure he has a good hitting advantage, and make sure that the price works. And you construct your lineup. I don't necessarily keep the same stacks by the time lot comes. So whatever pops out at me, whatever information that I get that helps me make my lineup better, that's what I do. But as of now, with the information that I have, this is this is how I want to stack it with Seattle and Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? So that's how stacks work. So hopefully this video helped you out a little bit. Hope you had a profitable night, and I'll see you guys later. Ciao.